All right, Cherry Blossom participants, this is your official race briefing. My name is Corey Christ, and I am the co-race director along with Melindy Elmore, who puts on the Cherry Blossom Triathlon. And in this video, I'm going to go through all the ins and outs that you're going to need to know for race day. Now, if you've done the Cherry Blossom Triathlon before, it's going to look very similar to years past. However, we do have a record number of registrations again this year, so thank you so much for supporting our event. And there will be a couple slight tweaks that we're going to make sure that we get through everyone as quickly and efficiently as possible on race day. So before I get to all that, I do want to flip over and thank all the people that make this possible. First of all, our title sponsor, BC Cherry Association, our gold level sponsor, Fresh Air, silver level sponsor, Jugo Juice, who will be providing smoothies for all the finishers on race day. Our bronze level sponsors, Dynamic Triathlete, Sunbelt Rentals, and MoveMed. Thank you to JF and his team who will be doing the first aid and medical support on race day. And our nutrition and hydration sponsors, Doak Sheriff, who will be providing bottled water for all the finishers as well. And then, of course, our supporting partners, Triathlon BC and City of Kelowna, who we work very closely with to make this all happen. And most importantly, all the volunteers who come out year over year who really make this event special. Thank you so much to everyone who has signed up to volunteer this year, who has volunteered in the past. And if you know anyone, we still have some spots left. So please flip over to our website. You can click on the sign up today. There's a couple links that'll get you to the volunteer sign up. And we'd love to have you part of our event again this year. So when you go to the Cherry Blossom website, there is a little tab on the top menu here that is titled Race Info. That's where you're going to find even more detail about some of the things that I'm going to talk about today. So as you scroll down, you can check out all the little links there. But first of all, the race this year is on Sunday, May 3rd. However, before race day, we do have package pickup on Saturday, May 2nd. And that is going to be, again, at Fresh Air on the Dilworth location, or at the Dilworth location. And that will be from 3 to 6 p.m. So again, that will be the package pickup where you get signed in, get all your swim caps, your bibs, everything like that. Now, if you are coming from out of town and you cannot make the Saturday check-in, you are able to check in race morning. However, I would recommend give yourself a little extra time just so you have, you're not too rushed and you can get that extra step done and get to the start of the race without too much stress. So other than that, the only other things that I've had a lot of questions about, one is your swim times. Every year, I get a lot of questions about changing your swim time. You are more than welcome to shoot me an email if you do need to update your swim time. If you got it wrong or you just had no idea what you're going to put down, I will send out an email, which I would check your spam folders for just to remind you. But again, anytime, feel free, shoot me an email of your updated swim time and your name, and I will make that change for you. If you have no idea, please do a swim test. It's 700 meters. It is long course, 50 meters long course. And the more accurate you can be, the smoother swim for everyone we will have. And I'll talk a little bit more about the swim in a sec when I flip over to the swim maps. So other than that, we're at race morning. Transition, we're going to open up a little bit earlier this year. So 5:45, get a little bit more time to get all set up. And then the transition will close around 7 a.m. You do need to do a couple things between that period of time. One is pick up your timing chip. That will be at the site on race morning. Body marking, we're looking for your race number on your left arm. You can also do that yourself if you want to save a little bit of time. If you have a black Sharpie, just your race number on your left arm. And again, I mentioned check-in. That wasn't one of them. And set up your transition. So you don't have to do it in that order. If there's a big line at the race chip or the body marking, go set up your transition. Come back when the line's a little shorter. And should have plenty of time. Other than that, once you have done those steps, the facility will be opening at 6:30. We do have the pool from 6:30 to 7 where you can do a swim warm-up. We'll have the whole pool open. If you're not starting till later, that'll be totally up to you. And we will have a lane for the sprint triathletes where you can do a quick little warm up as well, which again, I'll talk a little bit more in a second. So that is pretty much it for race morning. Again, you can click on all these tabs. There's a whole bunch of information here in terms of, again, the package pickup, bike check, body marking, all the swim details, bike details, run details, post-race info. We do have a number of categories this year. We'll be doing awards and prizes. The goal will be to do the Super Sprint awards earlier this year, so you don't have to wait around all morning for the sprint to finish. So use Super Sprint 12 to 13, 14, 15 in the adult Super Sprint. As soon as that race wraps up, which probably is going to take around 2 hours or so, from the start of the race, so 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10 o'clock, as long as all the timing goes smooth, will be when we do that award ceremony. And there will be male-female champions for 12, 13-year-olds, 14, 15-year-olds. Adult Super Sprint, there will be male-female champions under 40 and then male-female champions over 40, just due to the smaller size in those events. Sprint Triathlon Relay and the Sprint Triathlon, those awards usually start close to around noon, and they will be in 5-year age increments. Male, female, all the way up. So the relay team, that'll just be the overall relay winner. And you can find all the results pretty much live at start line timing. And hopefully we'll have some photos and stuff we'll be able to post shortly after the event is finished as well. So I'm going to do some of the specifics, or talk about some of the specifics while we look at the course maps here. We're going to start with the pool. So again, when you go to race info, click on course maps, you can see all the details in where you're going to be going. This is a rough map of the H2O Center. Again, we're swimming 50-meter long course. There will be a change this year where we are going to run the adult super sprint and the youth super sprint at the same time. So adult super sprint, you are going to enter in this fourth lane here, fourth from the end, for your 400-meter swim. The 12 to 13-year-olds, you're going to enter in the second lane here for your 200-meter swim, shortly followed by the 14, 15-year-olds, who will be entering one lane over for your 300-meter swim. This green lane here will be open for warm-up for anyone who wants to warm up while the event is going. Typically what happens is we're going to have a start mat down here in the shallow end. You'll cross that mat, enter your lane, and away you go. We will have some assistance exiting the pool for the youth super sprints to get over the bulkhead. And adults, you're going to have a railing at the end over here that you can get out at the ladder and the railing. So should have no problem with that. There will be some blue carpeting and some mats down here, but as the floor gets wet and the carpet gets wet, it can be slippery, so be very careful as you are making your way across the deck. And then when you exit the facility, you are going down some concrete stairs. Again, they're just straight up concrete. Be careful, they can get slippery, and if you're a little disorientated coming out of the swim, just be careful going down those. There is a handrail. I recommend using that if you need it. And then you're off to the first transition. So typically, everyone will be lined up along the shallow end, or starting in the shallow end towards the deep end. If you can stand back a little bit from the edge so the lifeguard has room to move up and down, that would be much appreciated this year. And there will be marshals which will be telling you where to go, and will be spacing you 15 seconds apart. We do start from fastest swimmer to slowest swimmer. So this is where it becomes important that you do seed yourself correctly. If you do need to pass somebody, you can pass by swimming by them as you are going towards the deep end. So deep end direction, that is where you can swim down the middle. Now make sure you think thin, because someone will probably, or there'll be multiple people coming the other direction. So just be careful getting through there, but you can pass on the blue line and hopefully get by that person by the end, and then away you go on the way back. If you can't swim by the person, you can tap, tap, tap away. If your foot is getting repeatedly tapped and it makes sense that you need to pull over and let them go by, please do. There will also be swim marshals on deck, so if they do see that anyone is holding up a big group of people, they will ask that person to hold up and let the group go by. Remember, drafting is a thing in the swim. You're going to get at least about a 30% savings when you're sitting on someone's feet. So if you're not working very hard, it's probably because you're drafting that person. So when you do end up passing them, make sure that you're fast enough that it wasn't just the draft effect. Highly recommend pace yourself. Do not sprint that first 100 or 200 meters. Although that is a good strategy if you just want to get on someone's feet and stay there. But don't sprint up to somebody and then get all annoyed because now you're not working very hard because you're sitting in their draft. What often happens is you'll pass and then you'll gas out and now you're holding them up. So be as cognizant as you can. Again, hopefully you've done enough swim training that you can be aware of your pace and everything goes as smoothly as possible. Please be considerate of others and the marshals who are there to try to keep everyone as organized as possible. If you do need to grab the lane ropes at any point, you can. If you need to stop at the walls, you can. You just can't make forward progress, so you can't pull yourself down the lane rope. But if you do need, take a quick rest, that is totally fine. Same with on the ends. If for some reason you can't finish the swim, or we determine that you can't finish the swim, you may be asked to get out of the water early. That's still okay. You can still continue on, finish your race. You just won't be eligible for any awards, obviously, but it's probably not the case anyway. So I think that's it for the swim. If you have glasses, there will be a table at the exit that you can put your glasses on that will be ready for you when you exit the swim. And bags you can place in the lockers at the H2O Center. You can bring them up on deck, as well as spectators can come into the center. There's a set of blue bleachers on the far side. That would be the best place for them to spectate because, again, all the participants are going to be lined up on the side closest to the water park. You will be able to access the center after the race to grab your things, but again, that's totally up to you. So highly recommend locking your stuff up. Or putting it back in the car. The parking lot's pretty close to transition as well, so it's pretty convenient to drop your bags and just have your race stuff all ready to go. So that will be pretty much the swim in a nutshell. If I did miss anything, feel free, shoot me an email. Go through more of the details and the race info, and hopefully you have all the information you need for a successful swim. Now, the bike course, we have a couple different distances. Super Sprint for the youth, you're only doing 1 lap. Super Sprint for the adults, you're doing 2 laps, which is about 14 kilometers. And then Sprint Triathlon, you have 3 laps. You are in charge of counting your own laps, so please don't mess that up. We'll probably catch you in the results, but please count carefully. So I'm going to talk about transition at the end, but as you head out onto the bike, you are going to be running your bike out. You are going to mount your bike after the mount line. If it's a little congested in there with other riders, you can run a little farther up, but make sure you're on your bike by the time you hit Gordon Drive, because there will be bikers basically merging. You'll be merging. There'll be bikers that will be coming by at a pretty quick clip. So make sure you stay to the right. Always ride to the right. You're going to pass to the left. So if you're not passing, stay to the right. If you're coming up on somebody and you want to let them know, common thing is to say on your left, and that at least lets them know that you're coming by. So you're going to be heading out down Gordon Drive. You're going to go over the bridge, going to go all the way to Casorso. Casorso Road here is closed off, so this corner is closed off, and you have the whole lane on Casorso. Now, there are driveways, T-junction intersections, as well as controlled intersections. Every year, there will be some vehicles on the course. It should be minimal, but always keep your head up while you're riding. It's impossible to completely close all the roads, and when in doubt, give the right of way to the thing with the bigger mass, and that's going to be the vehicle. So as you make the turn on Casorso, you're going to ride down Casorso. When you hit the first roundabout here, you're going to stay on the road. That roundabout will be closed, so there should be no traffic coming off Benvolen whatsoever. You're going to continue on over Mission Creek, over the little bridge there, through the next roundabout. Again, stay on the road. That is closed again. Swamp Road is open, but because the roundabouts are closed, there should be very little traffic, if any, heading southbound on Swamp. So you're going to head down Swamp Road. This is about where you're going to climb the hill, the little hill. It may feel a little bigger by lap number 3 for you sprint triathletes, but that will be the most challenging section. And then you hit a nice downhill. Again, there'll be a controlled light that you'll go through, kind of a downhill and then a back uphill. As you make this turn back onto Gordon, this is a downhill. You do have the full lane to turn into, and it will be closed, that lane, but you can carry quite a bit of speed on this downhill. So make sure you do slow down and you make this turn successfully. And I'll also say that this top part of Gordon Drive, pretty much all the way to Old Meadows here, is a slight downhill, usually quite fast, and there are a few T intersections as well as driveways. So again, keep your head up, always be aware of any vehicular traffic that could enter the course. And that is about it for the bike course. Again, youth, you're going to do 1 lap. Adult super sprints, you're doing 2 laps. And then sprint triathletes, you are doing 3 laps. Couple quick things on the bike. It is a non-drafting bike, so you must maintain 12 meters behind the person in front of you. You can't be right on their wheel. So 12 meters is the draft. There should be a motorcycle and an official out there enforcing that as best as possible. But please be on the honor system, race fairly. I already talked about riding on the right, passing on the left, no littering. There are no aid stations on the bike, so whatever you need for the bike, bring on your bike. And there will be not only the motorcycle, but a moped also riding around if you do need any assistance. Mechanical, maybe something simple, or medical. They will be there to give you a hand the best that they can. So that is it for the bike course. The run course, we have 3 different run courses. Super Sprint Triathlon, 12 to 13, you're doing 2 kilometers. 14 to 16 plus, so 14, 15-year-olds and adult super sprints, you're doing 3 kilometers, and the sprint triathlon, you have 5 kilometers. So looking at the largest map here, as you leave transition, you're going to run out behind MNP Place. It's no longer called CNC. I'm going to have to update that. So behind MNP Place, and then you're going to pick up the asphalt trail that runs around Mission Recreation Park. When you hit Lexington Drive, this is where it's going to split. So sprint athletes, you're turning right towards Michael Brook Golf Course. You're going to run in through Michael Brook Golf Course, through the top of the parking lot and onto Kamloops Road. On Kamloops Road, you're actually going to then pick up Swamp Road. Now, cyclists, be aware that there will be runners. They will be spaced quite a far apart, but there will be runners running in the opposite direction as cyclists are riding. Now, runners, I'd like you to try to stay off the bike lane, and there's a little dirt gravel shoulder that you can easily run on. If you do need to hit the bike lane a little bit, just stay off to the side. Riders, again, there should be plenty of room to sneak over on the road because, again, we have those roundabouts closed. There should be very little, if no, traffic on Swamp. So just be aware of that. Once you do that, you're going to dip down into this the little road here. This will be where an aid station is for the run. The aid station will have Gatorade and water. I should mention in transition, there will also be an aid station with Gatorade and water, so you can hydrate there. And then you're going to run a little kind of loop-de-loo here up over the bridge. Do not pick up Mission Creek Greenway on the closer side. Some people have made that mistake in the past. Go over the bridge, and then you're going to pick up Mission Creek Greenway and run that all the way back to Gordon, where you're going to go up a little hill over the bridge and then back onto the closer side of the Greenway to the City Yards Park here. There will be marshals there directing you where to go. There's a little roadway that will bring you back to Lexington. Now, this is where you do need to be careful. There is usually quite a bit of traffic, especially as we get later in the morning with tournaments and whatnot in Mission Recreation Park. So as you are crossing Lexington, keep an eye out for cars. There will be marshals there, but they don't have the authority to actually stop cars. They will signal for them to stop, but if you're looking to run across and the car looks like they're not going to stop, make sure you slow down and let them go by first, and then make your way across the street. So don't just blindly run across the road thinking it's all good. You never know. So once you do that, you're pretty much safe shot, home free. You're going to run a path all the way back to the front of H2O, and that will be where the finish is. So that is for the sprint triathlon. If you are doing the Youth Super Sprint 12 to 13 year olds, the start is all the same behind MNP Place. You're going to pick up that trail, but when you hit Lexington, you're actually going to turn left. You're going to follow the path all the way, make that same crossing I just talked about safely, and then you're back to the start of H2O. So that's your 2 kilometers. And the 3 kilometer 14, 15 year olds and adult super sprints, you have this little out and back here that you're going to have to do. So again, at Lexington, you're turning left. You're going to hang a right just before the parking lot next to the Ball Diamonds, and there's a little dog park over here. So you're kind of running through the back part of the parking lot onto the greenway, doing a little out and back. Again, there'll be marshals here turning you around. And then you pick up the same trail by the Mission or the city yards, and you're pretty much on the same course as the sprint and the 2 kilometer super sprint back to the start here. So those would be your runs. Transition, I'm going to blow this up a little bit here. As you exit the swim, the H2O Center, unfortunately, you can't see clearly, but this is the front lawn. So you are going to be exiting the swim at the side of the building here and going down those stairs very carefully. You're going to be running around the finish line here all the way around into transition. There will be an aid station, as I mentioned, in transition. This is also where, if you're on a relay team, your relay person will be waiting. Unless you have asked for some sort of exception, this is where the biker and runner will be. Biker and runner, you can have your bike shoes on, your helmet on, ready to go. That's all good. All you have to do is then go and grab your bike, and away you go. Everyone else, you're going to be coming in, putting on your bike shoes, or if your bike shoes are on your bike, that's fine. Putting your helmet on. Your helmet must be buckled up before you unrack your bike. There will be Tri-BC officials, this is a sanctioned race, who will be enforcing these rules. So really be sure, helmet buckled before you touch your bike. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your bike, you're going to run out of transition, and this will be where the mountain line is. It is a slight uphill, so again, be careful getting on your bike, and away you go. Again, there will be riders that will be coming by on the left, so just be careful as this whole merge happens. And that's about it for transition. Coming in, again, you're going to be reversing it, so you're going to be coming in, getting off your bike before the mountain line. So after the mountain line on the way out, before the mountain line on the way in, you're going to run your bike in, rack it. Same rule, do not take your helmet off before your bike is securely racked. So rack the bike, helmet off, put the running shoes on, whatever else you need for the run. If you're on a relay, hand over your chip to your relay runner, stop at the aid station if you need a quick drink, and then off you go, exiting this direction here, and this is where you'll pick up behind that MNP Place route. At the finish line, as you're coming in, this will be where you're coming in through the finish. Again, as you run through, there will be some snacks, some medals, Jugo Juice vouchers, which you can take inside to get your Jugo Juice. If you need any medical assistance, they'll be located there at the finish line. And hopefully you have a great race. Vomit bucket. Other than that, a couple quick things. You do have to be wearing a shirt or covered midriff. So we always have a couple of shirtless wonders ripping out a transition. You do have to put a shirt on for this race. And dress for the weather. I'm not sure what the weather report is this far out, But if it's cooler morning, make sure you dress for it. If it's a little warmer morning, you might want to bring layers or a couple different options. But wear something that you're going to be comfortable with. Highly recommend gloves, usually in May. Gloves are vital. If you have something to keep your feet warm as well, toe warmers over the shoes or anything like that, or covers, that can be useful. But if you're going to try to do up laces and your hands are frozen, that can be a little bit challenging. So dress for the weather. It'd be better to take an extra minute or so to be comfortable. Other than that, that is about it for transition. All the awards and everything are going to be on the grass area here. You can access the H2O Center for washrooms. There will be porta potties in the transition area as well. And I think that's about it. Parking is right adjacent to transition. So again, very convenient to put your stuff back in there if you need to. So that is pretty much it for the course details. Again, if I missed anything in regards to any details on the event, feel free, shoot me an email. You can also check out the Triathlon BC website with all the detailed rules, the ins and outs of doing a triathlon and what you need to adhere by. But again, I think I've covered most of the important notes. Other than that, hope you've been training. If not, better get to work and update your race time or your swim times anytime by just shooting me an email. You can also use the contact on the website as well, and I'll make sure I get that updated. But I will be sending out an email just to update or just to remind you to do that, so that, again, we can have a nice smooth swim. And volunteers, we can always use more volunteers, please. So other than that, look forward to seeing you on package pickup on the Saturday or race morning. Take care.